Hey guys, welcome back to Medusa Cars. My name's Aaron. So, I'm still waiting on some parts for the TTs. Well, the one TT that I'm trying to put together because motor's still sitting down here. So this time we figured out last on the Stealth that we finally got it run. It ran a pretty decent. Then I put new plugs, wires on it, and cleaned the throttle body, and that thing ran really good. Was making a noise. Well, I thought it was the lifters, these little funky things here with this little tiny hole in them. But as a friend of mine checked out when he came out here, he's like, hey, dude, it's your timing belt. Everything's flopping around in there and making noise. So I got a whole bench full of parts again. So let's show you what was going on here so we can figure out what we're going to do. All right, so got the cover off and noticed, yeah, there's not much tension on that thing. And you can see this one here does the same thing. So it's a good thing I never really revved it up too high, because that thing could have jumped over and it would have been a nightmare. Good thing. So I ordered, this book is in the way now. So yeah, I have the original manuals for these, even though this is 91 and this is a 93. Still should work just fine getting me where I gotta go. I'll double check and make sure everything's the same. But I ordered the whole kit here: water pump, 2 pulleys, and the tensioner and the belt. There's the part number. And this is nice. It's a Gates belt. I've used those on a lot of things. In fact, I also got the other 2 drive belts. They're both Gates. The water pump, this is a machined pulley. It's really nice. And that is also from Gates. You can kind of see it right there. Maybe not so well on camera. But it's all nicely machined. Got a nice metal impeller on it. And then all of the related gaskets. And even that pulley says Gates on it. So that's pretty cool. And the grenade. So that one's made in China, just like these are. That one's Gates as well. So we got those. This thing didn't have an air filter in it, so I got a K&N cleanable one, and I like the cleanable ones. You can get in there and clean them. And this time I'll get the fuel filter in so we can make sure that works. I'm going to do an oil change on it. And if it runs and drives and goes really nice down the road, then I'll get in here and have to do it all over again, because I'll do the valve cover gaskets and some other stuff. So, well, now all I got to do is get the rest of this done and get in here and get it done. Get in there and get that motor mount out, get that wheel off, get the covers off, and get in there and get moving. So nothing to do but get to doing it. Hey, just wanted to take a second to stop and shout out to Jonathan. He commented on the post I had on here, and or the video, and then went and found me on the Facebook and hit me up there too. So 2 shirts, one your size, one size bigger, just in case. Who knows? These shrink a little, so I'm helping you out there. A couple of stickers. I wandered around in here and couldn't find anything else to throw in there that I was willing to get rid of. So there's your box, shirts, stickers. I'll have it in the mail this week. Today is Friday, getting the video out today. So I'll I'll get that in the mail next week, and you'll have that thing before Christmas. So, well, hopefully. You never know. The mail slows down between now and then. So, thank you. I appreciate you for this, watching, subscribing, all that kind of thing. And for all you others, hey, hit the subscribe button. We hit 100 subscribers. I'll do another package of something else. And I appreciate everybody that hits it. So like, subscribe, share, all those things. Just hit those buttons for me. I appreciate you guys for doing it. And I appreciate you for watching. And I'm trying to keep this thing going weekly for you. Like, I've been so swamped with everything, the holiday, and here I am. I'm going to try to get this thing finished up today so that I can get you a video out. There's my finger in the way of the camera. Got to do the timing belt on this and then make sure I put it all back together right and it runs right and nothing smashes into each other. And I don't know if I'll take it down the road because those tires are really old. They're marked 02. So yeah, it's been a while. So we'll see what I can do. I'll at least get it out and drive around and out here in front of my place, and there's enough room to make it move around, not to shift a whole lot of gears, but we'll see what happens. Thank you guys. Let's get back to it. Okay, so I got the timing marks set up. And let me get a light. So, come on, light, stay there. You can see a little notch there. And then we have 2 notches right in front of that little tab. And then 1 notch in front of that little tab. Same thing back there. You can see where I marked them in white. Now, here's the issue. With that being so low, me turning this over and over trying to find it. Look at that. It's jumped off the gear. And I'm pretty sure that that is supposed to line up with that timing mark right at the end of my finger. Here. Jeez, these things. You can see where the timing mark is supposed to be. That little line above the half shaft piece there. Let's see if I can get this better angle. Okay. All right. So, come on. Stop zooming in. There's a little tab up on top of there that this ring back here is supposed to line up with. And it's really hard. I'll hopefully be able to circle it for you, but and an arrow showing you that tab, and that thing's not lined up. So I've got to do some research, get that thing right exactly where it needs to be, and then we can get back to it. You can see that cover. You have to remove that to get it off of there. Then the motor mount, you have to remove that pulley to get the motor mount out, because the motor mount goes in here, and then there's a pulley. I mean, it's a whole mess. And I had to drop the alternator out of the way to get the pulley out, to get the motor mount out. Oh yeah. And other than that, won't be too bad. You see that pulley right there. We have is the water pump, new one. Then we go down there where the light's shining. That's the tensioner. And you can see the edge of it. There's nothing sticking out. Or on this one, you can see that piece of metal's flush up against this. And that one's still sticking out even with it locked in there. And then we'll have that pulley right there that I replace. And whoop, that pulley at the end of the light. That one will be replaced by those two right there. And then water pump gasket and all that stuff. So I just got to keep moving forward, and I'll get these things locked in. And you can see here's the outer set of timing marks and the outer set of timing marks. And if you look on here, it tells you how they're supposed to be set. So now I just got to figure out all the rest of it and then get this thing back together today for you. So, well, for me, but so I can keep content coming for you guys. But I want to drive this once, and I'll have to, you know, get new tires on it before I can really drive it. So, alrighty. Well, nothing to do but keep doing it. Well, guys, this might cut it short. This and those little parts I wasn't expecting. This picks up the reluctor wheel. That little disc that goes around there is the crank pickup. That bolts right in that location there. And it's broken. Well, that may be why it cranked and no started and then started later for me. It's supposed to create a field in there and an electrical field between the two, so it reads when that comes around. And well, now I gotta go to the auto parts store and see if I can get one today. If not, this video is gonna be messed up and short. Maybe I'll just do a half and half. One for you on Saturday and one for you on Monday or Tuesday. Well, I gotta go to the auto parts store. All right, I made marks where the timing marks were on the car. And now that's the old belt, this is the new one. I'm gonna make mark here to match that one. And then count the teeth. And then do the same thing, make the mark on this one. 16 and then the mark. 16 and then the mark. So yeah, it's it shows one off here because if I twist this, bingo, we're on the mark. Okay, now the long one. I got to count from this one to one that's clear over there. Let's back this up a little. Okay. So what I got to do is count from this one that I marked here to this one here, mark it on there, then count from there to there, mark it on there. And then I'll be able to get it back on the car. For the top, I got to work out getting the mark on the bottom set for timing. And then we'll go and put all this back together. But that's pretty much what you have to do. Go through, count all these teeth. I'm not going to make you watch all this. Then count all these teeth, make the same mark here. And what I was doing was putting the mark on the tooth of the wheel, not on the tooth of the belt here. That way the marks will line up when I get back over to that. But that's how you do this, and then the bottom one will just line it up where it's supposed to be. These two, because you're going between pulleys and all kinds of stuff, These are the ones you want perfectly set. All right, well, I got the water pump cleaned up, the new part installed, and I got the 2 other pulleys in there. This will go on like so when I'm ready to put that in. But first I wanted to show you, while I was pulling all this, I was leaning against this and it ka-thunk popped over. That's why we measured those teeth, because I got to twist this back into place so these are pointing at each other again. You see that one's over here, it should be pointing at that mark right there. This one's over here, should be pointing at that mark there. Those 2 haven't moved. Then this pulley down here, the crank pulley. Okay. So, how far off am I? Well, that tooth and that little dot should be pointing right there and the very bottom tip of my finger. So I'm quite a ways off. I think when I was spinning this around it popped, and then I did notice that piece I broke, or that was broke, that was me. I broke it. So that should be here about 4 o'clock, and then I can get this all finished up. I'm going to get that lower gear or the crank into the timing position. I'll get both of these into the timing position, but first I want to put the water pump back in. Otherwise I'll just screw it up again. So I'll get this back in there, get all the timing marks lined back up, and then I'll get the belt on and we'll come back and I'll show you what's going on. Alrighty, well, that's what it takes to hold everything together. And you can see those line up. Well, I got those 1 tooth off, but as long as the other one's a 1 tooth off, we're good. And they're 1 tooth off, so yeah, everything's in place. Those marks are good. So the marks I put on the belt were to reference and make sure I kept everything square, and well, all 4 are 1 tooth off, so that's the same, and they're all the same. And then you can see, let's get this in the right place here somehow. All right, you can see the dot lines up with the little line. So now I just need to rotate it 1 turn. And I picked up my new sensor here. That's what she's supposed to look like. Whoop. Has a little groove in there for that little reluctor to go through it and tell it where the crank's at. But yeah, all these paper clips. And then I did this to make sure that thing stayed in there. That was just to keep everything from flipping and flopping back and forth on me. And did the same paper clips back there. And oh yeah, let's grab the flashlight here. Okay, that's all locked in. We'll reach down here and maybe, or maybe not. Let me see. Let's grab this. We need to pull our pin. Okay. Now, our adjustment. We don't have any flop anywhere like we did before. So everything's squared up, everything's squared away. I'll have to find that pin because I can use that later. So all that's in there, all that's back together. I'm gonna rotate it once, make sure it all works, nothing bangs into each other. And then I'll hook up all the wiring and make sure it starts. and then I'll put everything back together. But I also need to hold that pulley in place, because if I don't, it'll just walk right off of there, and then I'll be in deep trouble. All right, well, I'm gonna rotate it once, make sure everything spins and there's no issues. And then I'll bring it back when I got it all ready to start and see what happens. All right, all the wires are hooked back up that I unhooked, I think. Everything looks hooked up. Everything's out of the way. Let's double check. Alternator's out of the way for now. I got a bolt on that just to make sure it doesn't come off. And let's see. It should start. Oh, my 4x4 Stealth. Okay. Neutral. Key in. What do we got going on here? Huh. What the hell? Maybe that battery went dead? Oh, let's get a jump pack. I didn't hook it on there all the way, but it still should be working. All right. Well, let's go with the jump pack. Oh, hey. I'm guessing there was a leak above my toolbox again. Okay. There we go. Let's see what happens now. Oh, yeah. Oh. Okay. The heck? Do you have to have your foot on the brake too? I don't think so. Okay, I'm losing all power to this thing. What's going on? The only thing I did in here was undid the radio. That shouldn't stop me from starting this thing. Don't tell me something else has popped up. I'll bet my connections just aren't good enough out here. Okay, give me a minute. Okay, things won't work if the alternator's not part of the system. Alternator is now part of the system again. What? Makes no sense to me. I didn't unhook anything else. Shoot. Maybe I need to ground the alternator back to what it was. Hold on. Okay, third time's a charm? Maybe. No. What now? Well, you tell that thing needs to go. Why do we not have any power? Take number 7. Still nothing. Son of a gun. I don't know what's going on. Well, guys, I'm at a loss here. The only thing I really didn't... I could try plugging in this plug for the stereo, but I don't see that being a reason why it wouldn't start. But you never know. Oh, let's go over here. Let's yank this plug out of this thing. Will it come out of there? Whoop. Or do I have to... Yeah, there we go. Okay. I don't see this being the issue, but you never know. Here, plug this stinking thing in. Let's see if that made a difference. Nope. Well, I guess I lost again. So now I gotta figure out why it won't start. Everything's plugged back in. Ah, jeez. I mean, I need to clean up my mess on the floor. There's a giant mess down here from, letting the water out of it. I don't see any other plugs unplugged. Yeah. No plugs unplugged. So I don't know what's going on, but it beat me today, and I really got to get a video out. And I don't have time to go order another starter because it won't be here at least for a day. So that kills that. Those two are plugged in. That's plugged in. It has to start even with those not plugged in. Yeah, I'm just going to sit here and drive myself insane. I need to stop. Take a moment. Go finish up this video because obviously I'm not going to be done with this because it won't start. My luck. Either I did something stupid and forgot some little wire that I disconnected, but I don't remember disconnecting any wires except for what was around the timing covers. Wow, bummer. Yeah. And I'm looking around here like I know that there's something laying here that I forgot to hook up. And there's not. And I still got a bunch of little parts to put on it. Well, kind of failed you. Was hoping to have that thing running. Show you that, somebody can do it. Well, they can. Just every now and again, stupid things get in your way. And obviously today, something stupid got in my way. So, I'll have to figure that one out. Figure out why it won't run. Thank you for watching my fail video again. And hopefully I can get this figured out for the next video. This was supposed to be, hey, it's up, it's running, and I'll get this little bits taken care of and it'll all be good and we'll show a drive video. because I finally got all the parts for the Audi TT. So I've been waiting for timing belt for it. And on that one I needed clutch tool. So, well, doggone it. I'd like to say other things right now, but you know, we're not gonna. All right, well, I'll figure this out and show you what happened maybe in a few days, maybe next week. And if it's not the starter, it's that stupid little things in the ECM, and I really hope it's not that, because that would suck. That's a whole nother video of taking an ECM apart and trying to fix little diodes or whatever they are in there. Doggone it, man. All right, well, come back and watch. See what happens. I was way too busy this week to get a whole lot of time into this, but, you know, it was quite a cluster of getting everything off and everything ready. So I appreciate you for watching. Please like. I don't even like this one, but please hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't done so. Helps me out, and it's free. Hit that free button. Thank you. Appreciate you. See you next time.